What's going on, guys? What's going on, Trae Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, so Trae Young responded back to Patrick Beverly. Trae Young responded back to Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly and Pat Bev and Trae Young are going back and forth. Are going back and forth about who's the better basketball player. And when I look at Trae Young, I would say Trae Young, he's a amazing basketball player. Like Trae Young has been to the playoffs, has been to the playoffs or been to the play-in mostly every single year in his career. Patrick Beverly has been on a bunch of playoff teams. Like, when I look at both of these guys and I say that them going back and forth about how who's right, who could guard each other, I'm going to say this. If I would not start something like this and have something like this going on right now. Because for Patrick Beverly, like, in my opinion, he has to get back in the league to say that he's the best defense player in the NBA right now. Like, you have to get back into the league. Like, we have seen players go overseas. We've seen it with Cam Reddish now. We've seen it with McGee now. Patrick Beverly. We see players go overseas. And now that this big talk is about Trae Young and Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly is one of the best defense players of all time. Best defense players. Like, if you had to put a conversation together and say best defense players of all time, I would say probably it would have to be Gary Payton, Patrick Beverly, Marcus Smart, those three guys. Because I think, honestly, like, when I look at who's the best defensive player on that team and who's the best defensive player on that team, I can say basically it's more of, okay, is this the best defense player of the team? Is that the best defense player of the team? Like, there is just big what ifs that goes into it that I see a team like this. And I say when I see two players like this that are great, I say Trae Young, great shooter. Trae Young coming into the league, his comparisons was Steph Curry. When you are coming into the league back in 2017 or 2016, whenever Trae Young came into the league, and your comparison is Steph Curry, your draft comparison is Steph Curry, you have a point there because Steph Curry, what he's able to do is, we're talking about one of the greatest 3-point shooters ever in Steph Curry. But Trae Young and Steph Curry are different players, play different styles. But with Trae Young and with Trae Young and Patrick Beverly going back and forth like this, it really brings up a question that is this back and forth, how long is this back and forth is going to last? Because having a back and forth of talking about who could take one-on-one, who could beat one-on-one, when you look at how Trae Young is and what Trae Young has done for the game of basketball. Trae Young is a guy that is made all-star appearance. Like Patrick Beverly is a guy that went to a playoffs every year. Or either missed the playoffs. Like, he went to the playoffs with the Clippers. He went to the playoffs with the Rockets. With the Lakers. But when I say that Trae Young, on the other hand, I don't think that how great both of these players are, how great they are, I don't think that between this back and forth, it isn't like the Kevin Durant, Dennis Schroeder back and forth. It isn't that. Yes, in the game of basketball, in the game of football, you can talk trash. You can talk all the trash that you want in the game of basketball, game of football. But when I look at how both of these players are different and how both of these players have had different journeys, Patrick Beverly saying that nobody wants to play with Trae Young. When I look at Trae Young, he's probably averaging 24 points a game. He's about to be in probably his 7th or 8th year in the NBA. And when I look at both of these teams, I say probably this matchup, probably this could be a good matchup, basically. A good contending matchup where I honestly see at this point that with Patrick Beverly going out and saying nobody wants to play with Trae Young, like, that's like saying nobody wants to play for the Warriors, or nobody wants to play with LeBron James. Anybody would want to play alongside Steph Curry. Anybody wanted to play alongside LeBron James. Anybody would be lucky to play aside Kevin Durant, aside Giannis. Like, and you're going to say that you think nobody wants to play with Trae Young. And Trae Young is going to come back and say that some do. And anybody in the league? Probably not KCP. Probably not Marcus Smart. Because honestly, the only two guys that I could see probably like locking Trae Young down is either Patrick Beverly or Marcus Smart. Because I don't see nobody except Patrick Beverly or Marcus Smart locking down Trae Young on the basketball court. Like, you can put Klay Thompson in that conversation. You can put any type of NBA player in that conversation. But with this back and forth, it's interesting, to say the least, that with this back and forth going on, that honestly you are going to have like Trae Young respond back to Patrick Beverly. 4 points a game. And Patrick Beverly only averaging 6.3 points a game. Like, I think it's okay to average. Let me just say this. It's okay to average 6.2 points a game. It's okay to attribute what Patrick Beverly did for the Clippers, for the Lakers, for the Rockets, is play defense and attribute and average 6 points a game. Yes, Trae Young has averaged more points than him. But on the other thing aside, I can say that when I look at how the game is, I'm going to say this. It's that the NBA today is different than the NBA in the 90s. And Trae Young What else can you say that Trae Young cannot do in the NBA? Like, when he's averaging 29, 24 points a game, and Patrick Beverly isn't in the league anymore. Patrick Beverly needs to figure out how to get back in the league so we can see Trae Young and Patrick Beverly go 1-on-1 again on the basketball court. Or just have like a little charity event where Trae Young goes 1-on-1 against Patrick Beverly. Like, if we're not able to see Patrick Beverly and Trae Young on the basketball court and like not see them go against each other, then why just do this? Make it a charity event where Trae Young and Patrick Beverly played to 3 points or 21. Like, all I'm saying is that with this back and forth, it almost seems like it's the Kevin Durant, Dennis Schroeder back and forth. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody. And peace.